Dear God, I got one question. I need to know, do revolutionaries go to heaven? And if so, may their legacies last forever and their seeds grow. Tell them that we love them so and never let them die slow. It's like we cursed to be born black. We was kings and queens, now look where we at. I know it won't be long before we take it back. I just hope I live long enough to see it happen, and that's a fact. Cause one thing when you pro-black, you might love your people, but they may not love you back. For more than 400 years, we've been under attack. We survived slavery and then they gave us crack. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? 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 I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope so. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope.
We finally made it, man. What's good with you?
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. First and foremost, I want to thank you. It's definitely an honor. I truly appreciate you coming through. I know your schedule be, you know, busy
It's
making
crazy.
moves.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, like I said, man, I'm just glad we finally had a chance to connect. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because yesterday I looked at my flight. I was coming from New Orleans, so I was on Central Time. Then I went to Miami. I was on East, and then I was going to Nashville. So it
Yeah.
booted me back to Central. So I got threw off. I apologize about that one.
Nah, it's all good, brother. It's all good.
All right. We're gonna get into it.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
for the viewers who may not know who you are, you know what I'm saying? Let them know what your name is and let them know where you from.
What's good? What's good, people? This is Tracey Lee, straight out of Philly, man, and you know, just here to chop it up and talk about some things and run through the whole gambit. But thank you for having me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's definitely an honor, King. Man, my first question is, or my next question is, when did you actually get exposed to hip hop? Was it something you seen on TV? Was it something you heard first, or was it already out in the community at that time?
Oh no, it was definitely Rapper's Delight, man. For people that grew up in my era, for most of us, you know, especially outside of New York City, I think the first song, rap song that we heard was Rapper's Delight on the radio. It was a new phenomenon. It was like, what is this? You know, people, putting words together in a rhythmic fashion.
Right.
Just to pick it back up to where I was talking about, it was Rapper's Delight, man. It was like this thing that just came out of nowhere. It had so much impact and influence on kids like me. I was 9 years old at the time, and so we immediately gravitated towards that music, and it represented a culture, the beginning of a culture that we never knew that we was a part of, that we were naturally gravitated towards and a part of. So Rapper's Delight was it for me, man, and it just kind of springboarded from there, man, with all the greats that followed, at least from a music aspect. But the entire culture was just something to behold, if you will, from the graffiti to the way people dress, to the slang, to the vernacular, to the to the dance, all of that, man. It was just like, this is who we found our tribe, you know what I'm saying? And so it just kind of went from there.
Oh, okay, cool. Now my next question is, when did you begin to participate?
I would say almost immediately, because I started to mimic what they did, you know what I'm saying, before I started writing myself. And I think I wrote my first rhyme when I was about 11 or 12. So it was about 2 years afterwards. And that really stemmed from, me listening to The Message and Melly Mel, you know what I mean? Like, he, kind of took, what people were doing and really added that substance. It was more than just the hip, the hop, the hip it. It was more than throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. He started giving us the narration of what the hood was about, what the streets was about. Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. You know what I'm saying? It's like a jungle sometimes. Like, that's where you actually looked outside and you saw what was going on, and it was a direct reflection of what Mel was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I started to kind of write, and I didn't come into my own just yet, but at least I started to put pen to pad, and even if it sounded like somebody that I truly admired at the time, it was that those humble beginnings where we started to get it together before we started to turn into what we would become. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Shout out to Melly Mel for sure, a pioneer, a legend, living legend.
Absolutely.
Okay, now my next question is this: by you coming out of Philly, what was the hip hop scene like at that time? Was it almost identical to New York, or did y'all have your own thing going? Because a lot of people look at Philly like East Coast New York is all the same, but it's a totally different wave.
No, it was definitely different. It was, it was the same, but it was different. We all recognize Philly being the hub. I mean, New York being the hub, but Philly has something to say too. And to be specific, we were back then more known for our DJs. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
they knew where to come if you wanted to see a dope DJ, and really that's truly what the essence of hip hop is about. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Mhm.
started with the DJ. It didn't start with the MC. And then the MC was like the complimentary piece, to the DJ. The DJ was the forefront. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, you know what I'm saying? And that was like, you know, some of the first. They talking about Cool Herc, DJ Cool Herc, you know what I'm saying? These were the people that DJ Hollywood. These were the people that were in the forefront. It wasn't the MCs, you know what I mean? And so, when it came down to like, like certain types of scratches and getting in and out of certain records and things like that, that's where Philly kind of made their name. Not to say that we didn't have LMCs back then, but I think Jazzy Jeff, there's another cat by the name of Cash Money, but I think on a national scale, I think Jeff put Philly on the map when he actually went to New York and totally destroyed it. You know what I'm saying? And so I think from that point, people started to recognize from a nat, especially in New York, but from a national scale, you know what Philly had, with regards to the DJs, and then of course, after that, it became definitely a space for MCs when you start talking about Black Thought and Beans. I mean, even before that with Will Smith and Steady B and all of that, but Black Thought and Beans and Cassidy and Gilly the Kid, and just a whole plethora of MCs, and Meek, of course, now, and all that kind of stuff. We started to you know make our way and put our footprint with regards to MCs, but back then it definitely we were known for the DJs.